Microphone checker, 1, 2 checker. Microphone checker, 1, 2 checker. Oh, mic check. Come on in and take a look. Today I'll be talking about my 4 books. Each of them has a piece of me. Tune in to a piece with Lise. What's going on? I am Charlize, of course. It's Lise. So today, what I want to talk about is let me put this microphone down because I really don't need to hold it in my face, really. I just do that for the beginning, my intro. If you like my rap, let me know. It's off the top of the dome. Somebody told me that I can rap. If I can write poems, I could rap. I don't think that's totally 100% necessarily true, but probably, yeah. Or you can be a song, you could be a writer. But I think some poems are meant to be poems. Some things could be rap, some can be meant to be songs. So it's totally up to that person that's writing. So I would say, like, who has poems? Ashanti. I think she did a book, and she had poems, and she's a singer. And Tupac did. He had his writing. Someone, I don't know if he did it or before he passed or they put it together where he had poetry and he had his rap. So we're creative human beings. But the first thing I want to talk about is, I don't know if you can see this, my books over here, my little green screen, is Take Pain and let's get it in there and Walk. Take Pain and Walk is derived of about 53, 56 poems I have been writing since I was in middle school. I just remember I don't really know. I just remember this guy that used to live next door, actually. Mikey. They used to live next door. And we went to middle school together also. And he used to do this piece called Mine is a Terrible Thing to Waste. I don't know why I remember this. Mine is a Terrible Thing to Waste. And I used to love how he would do the same poem every year. And I liked how he do it. But at the same time, I got to writing poems because it was a way for me to cope. I found out years later. It was a way for me to cope and put my emotions and sort my emotions on paper. So I wrote a lot of poems. I only put 50 something, I'll just say 50 plus in the book. And Take Pain and Walk, a collection of poems. I put about 50 in there. It is parted out into 4 sections. So it's the section called Love, there's a section called Pain and Hurt, it's a section called Focus and Healing, and the last section is called Prayer. So Take Pain and Walk is available in hardcover, and it's available in the paperback. Now, if you get the hardcover, I actually added 6 more poems to that one, and I also added an excerpt for my book I've been working on forever, which is called, it's Take Pain and Walk, but it's called Stories I Never Told. It's short stories and poems. So it's more things about everything. So Take Pain and Walk, to me, and how I wrote it, and how, I don't want to say I wrote it, how I put it together, because I had all these poems. I never counted them, but at least I know I got 50 something, but I have more. So I probably have like maybe 100. And I picked out the ones that I wanted in this book. And I wanted to do it for a long time. I used to work in a bookstore for the college division, college bookstore years ago. And the reps used to come in, and one rep was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I thought she was just trying to sell me something at the time. And I was like, you know what, all right. And she was like, she gave me a free book on like publishing, a book about poems. And at the time, I was like, me working on the back end of the stuff, I knew how authors really didn't get a cut of their stuff. And so it just wasn't at the right time for me. And so some years ago, 2018, I finally said, I'm gonna just forget it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just put it together. And I found this another author to put something together and told you how to put everything to do it through KDP, which is Amazon, and everything. So, but as you learn, you grow. So Take Pain and Walk is about relationships, about how I encounter bad relationships and how I encounter relationship personally and my spiritually with God. So basically turn over to God. So you'll see poems that have something that I wrote a long time ago. The first poem I actually wrote was to well, the first poem in the book is to my son. It's called Around Young. That's my son. So it was about to him, um, about the biological father. So it was just, again, putting my emotions on paper and how I felt at the time and probably how I still feel. And then just trying to be able to, have that, you get trust, then you lose trust with people, and then you start to say, you know what, God is greater than, and you start putting that over them as well. And then the love section is really more about my husband. I actually wrote, he has his own personal book of poems that I wrote him. So, but most of that is about him and about God and about just developing that spiritual relationship. That's that. I would say Take Pain and Walk. I have it on sale on my website. You can take $5 off. I think no, it's $10 off. What am I talking about? $10 off. $10 off, and it's off the paperback or the hard copy. But you got to get it through me. I have books. I ship them to you. You'll have it. Pray Through the Pain, the weekly prayer journal. I don't even know why I'm trying to see. You see it right here. I got the green screen again. So the weekly prayer journal is, I've always wanted to do a journal. I actually have a journal. I forgot what platform I had it on. And I put it out there and I was just like, that's not what I really wanted to do. But over the years, I would say how the Pray Through the Pain came about is just stuff that we were just going through, where it was just anxiety, where it was just all this different things that we, like death. It was a lot of stuff that we have went through as a family over the years. And I was just like, what else? Like, how, I don't know if I will be able to do it without God. I'll just say that. So in my spirit, it was just like I had these, I didn't want to have the cliche of, the scriptures that you always hear. As me, I'll say this. When you get into coming into, you always hear the same scripture, like, God so gave his only begotten son, and stuff like that. So I didn't want to do that. So I'm like, God, what is it that you really want me to do? So I just started writing down stuff. I started studying, I started researching, and I started, because my father, I would say, I would call him and say, hey, who wrote this? Or something like that in the Bible. And so I always say my dad is my wise counsel. If I need to ask him anything on the Bible, I call my father. So that's how it came about. So it is 52 scriptures, helping you, encourage you, or sometimes it's times and I've talked about a little bit about my personal experience too, because sometimes you don't even feel like it. So I'll just be real. So it's going to help you deal with like frustration, anger, difficulty, worries, doubt, stuff like that. So it's 52 scriptures, but it's a journal, so you can write in there too. And so my other book, and I released that this year. One more, what side am I on? So the other two books back there, Take Charge of Your Credit and the workbooks to take charge of your credit. I released Take Charge of Your Credit, let's see, the year before last, 2021. I did it because, one, I like to share knowledge, and I wanted to put everything in a book to help people. Like, because you can find all this stuff on the internet, but if you can find a book with everything in it, then you don't need to research and spend hours and time to do it. So half the battle pretty much is already done. So I wanted to take my experience, and then I was also doing credit repair. I don't do it no more. Don't ask me no questions. If you ask more than 2 questions, I'm gonna have to charge you. So I wanted to put everything that I knew about credit, because I used to be a bill collector. I've seen stuff in working in HR, certain industries where people did not get the job because of their credit. So I wanted to help people still kind of along those same lines. And then, it's helping myself too. So again, I tell my own experience. I tell people when I moved here, I didn't pay bills. I didn't have a job, and I wasn't coming full. I didn't have a job offer. I was just like step out on faith. Anybody knows that story. Yeah, so I didn't pay bills. Some stuff was messed up. So I got back on track. And then the next year, I was like, okay, how about I put together a workbook on the things that you should do, what you should look for. Basically, this is the book is the knowledge, the workbook is how you're going to get it done and why you should get it done. It also includes like a weekly budget in there, some financial goals, because if you're really serious about getting your credit together, like if you wanted to get a house or you really want to get a car, sometimes you if you can take your time, because sometimes you just need a car, but if you can take and plan it out, this is a book for you. So I have those. The book, Take Charge of Your Credit, and the workbook, I actually got $5 off of that too on my website. You don't need no coupon code. Just go in there and buy and make your purchase. Put in your cart and make it done. And again, I no longer do credit repair. So what I'm also including in the book is my dispute letter templates, which is actually under my Lisa's business.com. So you will get that too. You'll have access to that. So when I was doing credit repair, I was like, this is the letters that I use most. Even I put letters in there. If I didn't use them, you might can use them. So I put that information in there as well. So just like, I put it together. I did something that I always wanted to do. For one, I always like to share knowledge. For two, and then you just like to do what's on your heart and what God is pressing you to do. So I have those available for you. I put them together. I took my time. I'm revamping some, especially the take charge, because I want to take some of the information out of it, because I don't do credit repair anymore. But I still want you to have that information. So go to charleserice.com, go to, or you can go to charleserice.com/books, or you go to the books tab once you get on there, and you will see the books. Pray Through the Pain is not on sale. Sorry. You can get it. You can still get it, but it's not on sale. So get the book, get it. It can make a great gift. My number one seller is Pray Through the Pain for me on my website. I'm not a bestseller yet, but you can get it, give it as a gift. If you're, a poetry, if you're working on your credit, I got something for everybody. So go ahead and make your purchase today. So thank you for watching and tuning in. Until next time, I'll talk to you then. All right.